Hello, welcome back to Snippet Coder, and we are back with another video. In this video we will learn about a variation product, and this product is of type of variable, and here we have added one button for the creation of that variation products and all. If we click here, and this will show all the variation of that product. Like this product have two type of variation, one is for 5 kg, one is for 10 kg, and here we have that add variation button, then we have that add it and delete button. So before starting the video, if you are new to our channel, subscribe the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos. Thank you. So first of all, we have to update our product model file, and we will go to the model folder, and here we have product_model.dart file, and there is a class name attributes, and here we will add new variable that is string option. Then here also we have to do some modifications, and here we will check if JSON option is not equal to null, then we will pick this one, else we will return here empty. And same we will do here also. In the else condition we will show here empty array. We are doing this change because we are using the same product model file for the normal product and also for the variable products. In the case of the variations, we will not get these types of output from the API, that is options, and that's why we are putting here condition. If it is null, then we will not show any data. And here we have to assign the value for the option variable that we will get in the variation API. And here we have JSON option is not equal to null. And here also we will check for the null because the same class will be used for our simple product also, and there we will not get this variable. If this is not null, then we will return this, else we will return empty. Then we will go to our product item file, and here we have product_item.dart file. And here we will add the button for opening that variation product list and all. And here we will go to the last, here is the image, product image, then we have this data, and here we have that name, product price, and then we have this edit and delete button. And with this one we will add new button, and here we will put the condition, as this button will be displayed only for the variable products, so that's why we will putting here condition here, and we are putting here visibility visit here, and here we will put the condition visible model dot type is equal to variable, then only it will display, else it will not display. In a child we will copy with this code, and here we will change the icon to add icon, and the color we will change it to green color. Now let's run the application to see if this icon is coming or not. So here you can see we are getting that button in our variable type product only, and the rest of the product we are not getting that button because this product type is variable product type. When we click on this button, and it will open our variation list page. So now let's move to the UI part. So now here we will go to our API service for creating the functionality for fetching the data from that our variable products and all. And here we will go to the services folder, and here we have API service.dart file, and here we will go to the bottom. So now here we will create new function, and here we have future list product model get product variations, and here we will pass product ID because on the basis of that product ID we will fetch all the variation of that product. And we will make it as a async, this function. And here we will get the request headers, map string request headers is equal to, and here we will pass our content type. Content type we are using here application JSON. Then we will look for our login details from our shared service variable. Login details is equal to await shared service dot login detail, and here we will get the query string. And here we have map string query string is equal to, and here we will pass two variables. First one is a consumer key, and we will pick it from the login detail dot key. Then we have our consumer secret, and that also we will pick from our login detail dot secret. Then we have where URL is equal to new URI dot https, and here we will pass the host name, and that we will pick from the login details dot host. And here we will pass the URL, and that is /wp-json/wc/v3/products/ and here we have to put the product ID, and this one we will rename it to product ID, and here we have product ID dot toString. Then we have slash variations. So this is the URL for our variation products and all, and here we are passing the product ID. In this URL we have wp json /wc /v3 /products /product ID dot toString. Then we have slash variations. Then we will pass here query string also, and here we will create where response is equal to await client dot get request, and we are putting here get request, and we will pass a URL. Then we have the headers here, we will pass the headers, and here we are passing request headers. Then we will check here if response dot status code is equal to 200. Then we will return here products from JSON, and this is the same method which is in our model file. And if we go there, you can see here, and here we are returning a list of product model, and here we are just doing the from, and we are doing all the mapping here by passing our dynamic string here. And here we will pass response dot body, and in the else condition we have return null. So what we are doing here, we have created one function that is get product variations, and here we are passing the parameter as a product ID, and we are making it as a async here. And then we are creating a request headers, and there we have content type of application JSON. Then we have variable for login details, and here and that we are picking from our shared service. Then we are creating a query string with our consumer key and consumer secret, and we are fetching the data from the login detail dot key and login details dot secret. Then we are creating one variable for URL, and there we are creating the URL from uri.https, and here we are passing the login detail dot host. Then we are creating the endpoint here. The endpoint is wp-json /wc /v3 /products, and there we are passing the product ID dot toString. Then we have variations. Then we are passing a query string. Then we are creating one response here, and there we are just calling here client dot get request, and there we are passing URL. Then we are passing here headers, and then we are just checking here if the status code is 200. That means we have got all the data from the API. Then we are returning here products from JSON, and there we are passing the response.body. In the else condition we are just calling here return null. So now let's move to the UI part. So now we will create new page here under our pages under products folder, and here we have variable underscore products underscore list dot file, and we will make it as a stateful visit product variations. And here in the constructor we will have product variations, and we will create here one variable of product model, and here we have product model, and we will pass here this dot product model, and we will import it, and we will change it to base page. And here also we will have base page state, and here we will create override void initialize state super dot initialize state, and the page title we will put here this dot page title is equal to this dot visit dot product model dot name, and this one we will change it to base page UI. And here we will remove the constructor. So now we will call this page from our product item, and here we have, and we will copy this code and we will paste here, and here we will change the name to product variations, and here we have page model, and here we have product model, and this one we will remove. So now let's run the application to see is it working or not, and here we will go to the products. So now if I click on the add button, you can see here that variation page is opening here, and also we are getting the page title as a Chakki Atta, that is the product name. So now let's move to the UI part to complete the UI, and here we will create the object for the API service is equal to new of API service. Here we will create one visit here, visit list items, and here we will call the future builder, and from here we will return new future builder, and here the future we are taking from API service dot get product variations, and here we will pass the product ID, and we will call here this dot visit dot product model dot ID. Then we have the builder here, and here we have build context async snapshot list product model, and here we will check if model dot has data. Then we will return here, and here we will get a column visit because here we have to show two items. First one is our add variation button, and the second one is our list. And here in the else condition we will return here center child circular progress indicator. And here we have main axis alignment, and we are using here main axis alignment dot start. And the cross axis alignment also we are using here cross axis alignment dot start. And then we have the children's here. The first one we are using here form helper dot submit button. The button name will be add variation, and here we have the on tap event that we will cover later on, and we will call this one from here. So here if I click on the add button, so now we are getting some error. I think some issue in our API service. So let's move to the API service file. So here we forgot to add json.encode. Then we have to pass this value. So now let's reload the application to see is it working or not. So now if I click on the add button, so again we are getting the error. So now let's see what the issue is. We have to do JSON decode, not encode. So now if I click on the add button, so now it's working fine. We are not getting an error. So we are getting the data here. So we are getting some padding issue also here. So let's fix that one also. And we will add here some padding. So now it's looking properly. And we will add some border radius 10, width 100, and the font size we will use it 12. So now the button is looking fine, and it is matching the theme of our other buttons also in the application. Here we will add the list view here, and before doing that we have to create one more small widget, and we have visit list item, and here we will pass product model, and here we will return list style. Then we will have here title, and we are using here text visit, and we will pass here model dot attributes dot first dot option name, and here we will append model dot attributes dot first dot name dot toString. Then we have the subtitle here, and we are using here text visit, and here we are showing the price model dot price. Then we have the trailing here, and in the trailing we are showing the icons for edit and delete, and we are using here wrap visit, and the spacing we are using here 12, and the children's we are using here icon, and the first icon we are using here icon dot edit icon. Then we have the icon, second icon that will be used for the delete icon, and we have icons dot delete, and this list item we will use here, and here we will create our list view, and here we have list view. Then here we have shrink wrap true. And then we have the children's here. In the children we are using here model dot data dot map, and we will do the mapping here. Here we have the data, and here we will return list item, and here we will return the data, and here we will put to list. So now we will run the application to see the data is coming or not. So now if I click on the products, and here if I click on the plus sign, so now you can see here data is coming here, and all the attribute of that particular product has been coming here. So in the next video we will cover add variation and edit and delete part. So that's all in the video. I hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share. I will come back soon with another awesome videos. Thank you for watching the video.